the architecture of joy, finding happiness in the heart of construction. Introduction, beyond the dust and din. To the casual observer, the construction site is a portrait of controlled chaos. It is a world of sharp edges and loud noises, of raw earth and skeletal steel reaching to the sky. It's a landscape often defined by its grit, its perceived grind, and the sheer physical exertion it demands. The narrative we are often sold is one of relentless labor, of hardship endured under a punishing sun or in the bites of winter. It is a story of function and freedom, necessity and opportunity. But to look at the construction site, the only choice is to miss the profound violence and human story before the world. It is to be deaf to the symphony playing beneath you, blind to the architecture of joy that is, in many ways, the most important structure being built. This is an exploration of that unseen architecture. It is a journey into the heart of the construction world to uncover the multifaceted, resilient, and often surprisingly tender moments of happiness, satisfaction, and the true foundation of every skyscraper, every bridge, every home. The joy in construction is not a simple, singular emotion. It is a complex mosaic, put together from the thrill of creation, the unbreakable bonds of camaraderie, the intellectual spark of problem solving, the quiet pride of mastery, and the enduring satisfaction of leaving a positive, tangible mark on the world. This essay would peel back the layers of dust and concrete to reveal the human spirit at its most constructive. We will walk the site not as outsiders, but as participants, listening to the rhythm of the hammers and the shared laughter of the workers. We will look past the raw materials to see the artistry, past the blueprints to see the ingenuity, and past the finished building to see the legacy. For in the act of building, we find the heartless ways to build ourselves, to find the meaning, and to express a deeply resonant form of joy. This is the story of that joy, a force as strong and as essential as any steel beam or concrete foundation. Chapter 1, The Symphony of Creation, the Sensory Joy. The joy of construction begins with the senses. It is a primal, immediate experience that connects the worker to the work in a way that perfects. Before the intellectual satisfaction of the problem solved or the emotional warmth of camaraderie, there is the raw, unfiltered experience of the site itself, a symphony of creation that engages sight, smell, touch, and powerful irresistible force. The overture of dawn, the visual transformation. The first act of the symphony begins in the quiet, cool air of dawn. The site, sleeping under a blanket of stars, awakens slowly. The first light of the sun, a soft, golden wash, catches the highest point of the steel frame. It paints the skeletal structure in hues of orange and pink, transforming what was a stark silhouette into a thing of delicate beauty. This is a private spectacle, a daily masterpiece witnessed only by the early arrivals. There is a profound peace in this moment, a quiet joy in seeing the potential of the day laid out before you. As the sun climbs, the visual landscape is filled with light and color. The vibrant yellow, heavy sheen, moving with deliberate grace against the rich brown and texture. The stark, clean white lines laid out in there is an artist's palette to play with, one that changes daily. The joy is in watching this canvas evolve. One day, it is a vast, empty lot. Weeks later, a complex web of rebar creates intricate, shadowy patterns on the ground, the promise of the strength to come. Months later, the shimmering curtain of glass begins to descend, the clouds and the world around it, making the building a living part of its environment. The visual joy is also found in the details. It is in the mesmerizing sight of concrete, a viscous river of grain that fills a form with absolute precision, smoothing itself into the perfect plastic surface. The dance of sparks from the welder's torch, feeding brilliant constellations in stitches secret to secret. It is in the satisfying geometry, perfectly framed wall, the lines clean, the angles true, a testament to precision and care. For the craftsman, looking upon this evolving structure is like an artist stepping back from the easel. It is the joy of seeing a vision, once confined to a two-dimensional blueprint, rise into the three-dimensional world, a tangible, growing monument to their collective effort. The rhythm of progress, the construction of charity. If the sights are the canvas, the sounds are the score. The construction site is anything but silent, and for those who work within it, it is a dynamic, powerful progress, energy, and collaboration. The bass percussion section begins with a rhythm, satisfying thud 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 of hammers right against the curtain. This is one of the most fundamental sounds of building. It was joined by high-pitched, energetic voice, slicing from a sheet of plywood. The sound of clean, precise satisfaction. The sharp, percussive report of a nail firing with rapid-fire efficiency adds a modern staccato. These are the sounds of assembly, pieces coming together to form a whole. The brass and wind sections are provided by the machine. The deep, guttural roar of an excavator's engine is the bass note, a sound of immense power and potential. It is complemented by the high-pitched, insistent beeping of a reversing truck. The sound so common becomes a comforting part of the ambient background, a signal of safety and confidence. Hydraulic disc brakes is already Over this, there is the human voice. Not just a shouted instructions, clear and concise, that cuts through the mechanical din, but the easy cadence of conversation during a brief lull, the shared exclamation at a difficult task completed, and, most importantly, the sound of laughter. Laughter on a construction site is a powerful instrument. It is a release valve, a bonding agent, and a clear signal that despite the hard work, for the seasoned worker, this symphony is informative. They can distinguish the sound of a saw cutting hardwood versus softwood. They can tell by the if the machine is straining. They learn to filter the symphony, to pick out the sounds that are relevant to their task, while letting the rest form a motivating, energetic environment. It is indeed almost a subconscious joy of being part of this orchestra. It is the feeling of being a vital instrument in a massive, collaborative piece of music. The music of creation itself. The aromas of creation, an olfactory journey. The sense of smell, so closely tied to memory and emotion, plays a surprisingly significant role in the joy of construction. The sense of a work site are potent for those who work there, they are the aromas of progress and accomplishment. The most fundamental of these is the smell of the earth itself. The rich, aroma scent of prepared soil during excavation is a smell of beginnings, of preparing the ground for something new. It is an honest, ancient smell that connects the most modern of projects to the land it stands upon. As the project progresses, this earthly scent gives way to others. The clean, shiny, wine-like fragrance of freshly sawn lumber is one of the most powerful. It speaks of natural materials, construction, and of the skeleton of the building taking shape. For a carpenter, this is the smell of their craft. Then there is the unique, damp, mineral scent of curing concrete. It's a cool and distinctive smell, one that signifies a crucial transition. It is the smell of hardness, of a liquid becoming a solid, a foundation setting and becoming unbelievably strong. To smell curing concrete is to smell the project gaining its strength and its core integrity. Other, more fleeting scents are the sharp metallic tang of steel, the faint, acrid smell of a welding rod just extinguished, the pungent, unpleasant aroma of carbon acid being applied to it. These are not the curated perfumes. They are the raw, unfiltered smells of materials in shape and shape.
It's not unusual for the developers to eventually win the battle.
They are the smells of real work, of transformation, and of new things being brought to fruition. The haptic feedback of the product, the joy of touch. Finally, there is the joy of touch. The haptic feedback confirms the quality of the work and connects the craftsmanship to the material. In an increasingly digital world, construction is using the fountain of perfection. There is the simple, satisfying, well-worn tool head in one's hand. The smooth, familiar wood of a hammer, shaped by years of use, or the textured rubber grip of a power drill. These tools become extensions of the self, and you feel them as a company, a signal that the user is in their element, ready to create. The materials themselves offer a world of tactile experience. The rough, grainy surface of an unfinished wooden beam, full of texture and light. The surprising smoothness and coolness of a satisfaction of running a hand over a neat plastic wall and finding it perfectly flat, a flawless plane with no imperfections. The most profound tactile joy, however, is the feeling of a perfect fit. When a carpenter cuts a board so precisely that two pieces of it slide together with a snug, satisfying motion, he feels that finally, solid steel signals a good piece. When a mason sets a stone and it settles in a soft, these are moments of pure, unadulterated satisfaction. They are physical confirmations of skill and precision at the end. It is the universe, on a small scale, being brought into perfect order. This sensory symphony, the evolving visions, the rhythmic sounds, the honest smells, and the satisfying textures, forms the foundation of constant, immersive experience that grounds the workers in the reality of their task, reminding them at every moment that they are not just cogs in a machine, but active, essential participants in the vibrant, dynamic act of creation.
Chapter 2. The Blueprint of Brotherhood in the Joy of Camaraderie.
While the sensory experience provides an immediate and visceral joy, the most enduring and perhaps most cherished source of happiness in construction is found in the powerful bonds forged between the construction site is a crucible of collaboration. It is a place where trust is not a corporate buzzword, but an essential currency, where teamwork is not an abstract concept, but a daily survival mechanism. The joy derived from this morality, this blueprint of brotherhood, is the resilient human work that holds the entire enterprise together. The workday doesn't begin with the first swing of a hammer. It begins with the first shared cup of coffee. The morning muster, whether it's around the tailgate of a pickup truck, inside a temporary house, or just a huddled group braving the morning chill, is a vital ritual. This is where the team connects on a human level before they connect on a professional level. The air is filled with the aroma of strong coffee and the sound of easy banter. Stories from the previous evening are shared. A child's soccer game, a frustrating home repair, a funny movie. Gentle teamwork, a hallmark of deep-seated affection in many working crews, is exchanged. The grizzled veteran might poke fun at the apprentice's new clean beans. The electrician might trade a good-natured guy with a plumber about who has the more critical job. This ritual is more than just idle chatter. It's a daily recalibration of the team's social dynamics. It reinforces that they are not just a collection of different trades and skill sets, but a group of individuals who know and care about each other. It's a process of shedding the concerns of the outside world and focusing their collective energy on the day ahead. This shared moment of peace and humor before the demanding work begins creates a positive foundation for the entire day. The joy here is subtle but profound. It is the quiet comfort of belonging, of starting the day among people you trust and genuinely like. Shared struggle, shared strength, forging bonds in adversity. Nothing forges a bond like shared adversity. Construction work is inherently challenging, and crews regularly face obstacles that test their physical and mental fortitude. It could be a blistering summer heat that turns the site into an oven, demanding that everyone watch out for each other, ensuring constant hydration against frequent breaks. It could be a sudden torrential downpour that threatens to flood an open foundation, sending the entire team scrambling in a coordinated, frantic effort to lay down ropes and operate lines. Or it could be the bones control of an individual, where the simple act of holding a metal tube and shared warmth from a becomes a new blessing. In these moments, individual concerns are delayed, replaced by a singular electric goal. The project manager might be hauling sandbags right alongside the newest laborer. The focus is absolute. Protect the project and protect each other. The communication becomes efficient and instinctual. A shared plan, quick knowledge, entire sentences are conveyed without delay. When the crisis is over, the story is powerful feeling settles over the group. It is a mixture of relief, exhaustion, and an immense unspoken pride. They faced a challenge, they overcame. They didn't break, they bent, and they held. The jokes that follow are lighter. The shared meal tastes better. The joy born from this shared struggle is a warrior's joy. It's the deep-seated satisfaction of knowing that you can count on the person next to you when things get tough, and that they can count on you just the same. These experiences weave a fabric of trust that is stronger than any single individual. The language of the site, the code of trust. Every seasoned construction worker develops its own it's a mix of technical jargon, inside jokes, and a highly sophisticated system. This shared recipe is a key aspect of the joy of camaraderie. It marks one as an inside joke to a member of the team. To an outsider, commands might sound like a foreign language, yet the sky joke. A classic joke for an apprentice, asking for a non-existent tool. To that joy's understanding of the language is for an apprentice, today they finally understand the slang without having to ask is a moment of quiet pride. It means they are no longer ignorant, they are part of the crew. Even more nuanced is verbal communication. A crane operator, isolated high above in his task, communicates with the riggers on the ground through a precise balance of hand signals. A slight flick of wrist, a push elbow, a closed fist. These gestures convey complex instructions about lifting, swinging, and lowering ropes in many times. This communication is built on absolute trust. The team partner's face while pulling a difficult wire and will immediately reposition to provide a better angle. This seamless cooperation and this ability to move and think as a single unit is a source of immense professional satisfaction. It feels like being part of a perfectly choreographed dance or a championship sports team. The joy is in the flow, the efficiency, and the deep, unspoken trust that makes it all possible. Celebrating milestones. Construction projects are long marathons, but they are punctuated by celebratory sprints. These milestones are crucial for maintaining morale and are a focal point for the joy. These aren't just project management challenges, they are communal victories. There's the bottoming out celebration when the excavation is complete. The topping out ceremony is a major event, a tradition that goes back centuries. The final structural beam is hoisted at the lake, often joined with a small evergreen tree or a national flag. This is a moment of immense pride for the entire team. Finding happiness in the world of construction. Beyond the dust and dim. To the casual observer, a construction site is a portrait of chaos. It is a world of sharp edges and loud noises, raw earth and skeletal steel reaching for the sky. It's a landscape often defined by its grit, its perceived grind, and the sheer physical exertion it demands. The narrative we are often sold is one of relentless labor, of hardship endured under a punishing sun or in the bite of winter. It is a story of function over feeling, of necessity over nuance. But to look at a construction site and see only toil is to miss the profound, vibrant, and loving human story unfolding within. It is to be dead to the simple thing beneath the din, and blind to the architecture of joy that is, in many ways, the most important structure in the world. This is an exploration of that unseen architecture. It is a journey into the heart of the construction world to uncover the multifaceted, resilient, and often surprisingly tender moments of happiness, satisfaction, and profound meaning that are the true foundation of every skyscraper, every bridge, every home. The joy in construction is not a simple, singular emotion. It is a complex mosaic of complex unbreakable bonds of camaraderie, the intellectual spark of problem solving, the quiet pride of mastery, and the enduring satisfaction of leaving a positive, tangible mark on the world. This essay will peel back the layers of dust and concrete to reveal the human spirit that is most constructive. We will walk the site not as outsiders, but as participants, listening to the rhythm of workers and the shared laughter of a crew.
Nobody's
We will
gonna
look
know.
past the raw materials to see the artistry, past the blueprints to see
Nobody's
the
gonna
ingenuity,
know.
and past the finished building to see the legacy. For in the act of building our world,
How
we find
will they know?
countless powerful ways to love ourselves, to find community, and to experience a unique and deeply resonant form of joy. This is the story of a force as strong and as essential as any steel beam or concrete foundation. Chapter 1. The Symphony of Creation, the Sensory Joy. The joy of construction begins with the senses. This is a primal, immediate experience that connects the worker to work in ways that other professions can. Before the intellectual satisfaction of problem solved or the emotional warmth of camaraderie, there is the raw, unfiltered experience of the site itself. A symphony of creation that engages sight, sound, smell, and touch in powerful and invigorating chords. The overture of dawn, a ritual transformation. The first act of the symphony often begins in the quiet, cool air of dawn. The sun, sleeping under a blanket of stars, awakens slowly. The first light of the symphony, a soft golden light, touches the height of the steel frame. It paints the skeletal structure with hues of orange and pink, transforming what was a stark silhouette into a thing of delicate blue. This is a private spectacle, a daily masterpiece which was illumined by her early arrivals. There is a profound peace in this moment, quiet joy in seeing the potential of what is laid out in the as the sun climbs, the visual landscape explodes with light and color. The vibrant yellow of the tree, moving with deliberate grace against the deep brown and executed earth. The stark, clean white of PVC pipes laid out beneath the geometric lines. The rich, earthy red of structural steel, often coated in primer that glows in the midday light. There is an artist's palette of labor, one that changes daily. The joy is in watching this canvas evolve. One day, it is a vast open block. Minutes later, the complex web of rebar and wood, shattered panels on the ground, a promise of a spring ahead. Months later, a shimmering wood as it begins to descend, reflecting the sky, clouds, and the world around it, making building a huge part of its environment. The vision of joy is also about mission. The sight of concrete being poured, a slow, viscous river of gray that fills a form with absolute precision, smoothing itself into a perfect plastic surface. It is a dance of sparks and welders to fall, creating a brilliant constellation that stitches steel to steel. It is in the satisfying geometry, perfectly framed wall, the lines clean, the angles true, that precision and care. For the craftsperson, looking upon this evolving structure is like an artist stepping back from the easel. It is the beauty of seeing it. Once confined to its respective niches, rise into the three-dimensional world and growing wonders of their collective destiny. The rhythm of progress, the construction of each area. If the sights are the canvas, the sounds are the score. The construction site is anything but silent, and for those who work within it, company is not noise, it is music. It is a dynamic, powerful process of progress, energy, and collaboration. The day's percussion section begins with the rhythmic, satisfying thud-thud-thud of hammers driving nails home. This is one of the most fundamental sounds of building, a beat that has echoed through human history. It is joined by the high-pitched, energetic whine of a circular saw slicing through a sheet of plywood, a sound of clean, decisive action. The sharp, percussive report of a nail gun, firing with rapid-fire motions, adds a modern sound. These are the sounds of the saw, pieces coming together to form a whole. The brass and wind sections are provided by the heavy machinery. The deep guttural roar of an excavator's engine is the bass note, the sound of immense power and potential. It is complemented by the high-pitched, insistent beat. The sound so common becomes a comforting part of the alien background, a signal of safety and constant movement. The hydraulic hiss of a crane lifting a heavy beam is a breath being taken, a moment of suspense followed by the gentle settling into place. Over this, there is the human voice. Not just a shout of instructions, clear and concise, but touching the easy cadence of conversation, the shared exclamation at a difficult task completed, and most importantly, the sound of laughter. Laughter on a construction site is a powerful instrument. It is a release valve, a bonding agent, and a clear signal that despite the hard work, the morale is high. For the seasoned worker, this symphony is informative. They can distinguish the sound of a saw cutting hardwood versus softwood. They can tell by the pitch of an engine if a machine is straining. They learn to filter the symphony, pick out the sounds that are relevant to their task, while letting the rest form a motivating, energetic backdrop. There is a deep, almost subconscious joy in being part of this orchestra. It is the feeling of being a vital instrument in a massive, collaborative piece of music. Music of creation itself. The aromas of creation, an olfactory journey. The sense of smell, so closely tied to memory and tradition, plays a surprisingly significant role in the joy of construction. The sense of a work site are potent and distinct, and for those who work there, they are the aromas of progress and innovation. The most fundamental of these is the smell of the work. The rich, only sense of newly cleaned soil during excavation is a smell of beginnings, of preparing the ground for something new. It is an honest, ancient smell that connects the most modern of projects to the land it stands upon. As the project progresses, this earthly scent gives way to others. The clean, sharp, almost pine-like fragrance of the sawmill is one of the most beloved. It speaks of natural materials, the skeleton of the building taking shape. For a carpenter, this is the smell of their craft. It fills the air as they work, a constant, pleasant reminder of the beautiful, workable material of life. Then there is the unique, damp, mineral scent of the material. It's a cool and distinctive smell, one that signifies a crucial transition. It is the smell of turbulence, of a liquid becoming a solid, of a foundation setting and becoming completely solid. The smell purifies. It is the smell of a project gaining its strength, its core integrity. Other, more fleeting scents join the mix. The sharp, metallic tang of hot steel, the faint, acrid smell of a welding rod just extinguished, the pungent but not unpleasant aroma of tar and asphalt being applied to it. These are not the curated perfumes of a couple of hours. They are the raw, unfiltered smell of in their honesty, there is a certain joy. They are the smells of real work and transformation. And new things are brought into the world. The haptic the joy of touch. Finally, there is the joy of touch. The haptic feedback that confirms the quality of the work and construction remains a profoundly tactile profession. There is a simple, satisfying feeling of a well-worn tool handle in one signals of easiness in their element. The materials themselves offer a world of tactile experience. The rough, grainy surface of an unfinished the texture the surprising smoothness and coolness of a sheet of steel. The gritty, abrasive texture of a concrete block. The joyful, transforming It is the feeling of sanding a rough piece of wood until it becomes a smooth surface beneath the fingertips. It is the the satisfaction of running a hand over a new plastic wall, finding it perfectly flat, flawless plane with no imperfections. Tied together with a snug, satisfying friction. When a pipe fitter tightens a connection, it feels that finally, solid steel signals a leak-proof seal. When a mason sets a stone, and it settles into the mortar with a soft, solid thumb, perfectly level and flush with its neighbor. These are marks of pure, unadulterated satisfaction. They are music with confirmation of skill, precision, and creativity. It is the universe, on a small scale, being brought into perfect order by one counterfeit. Sensory system, the evolving visuals, the rhythmic sounds, the honest smells, and the satisfying...